Yay, so it does connect finally. And it's still black for whatever reason. It's no longer black. Yay, so it does work. Oh, yeah. More from the life of a coder. Now, is this camera working or not? Because I don't really know. Shall work. Anyway, 2 minutes 15 and nothing done. I'm back. Let's zoom in about a bit. Okay, so over here, I'm writing to Firestore with WriteFire, and I have here a WriteFire. And the idea was to start a live on YouTube, which I can see now, and grab the video ID. And with this video ID, go somewhere over here. And now we should have access to our live chat from YouTube, which is not something that hard to do. Okay, let me just mute it. Yeah. So this is our live. It is gonna be zoomed in multiple times anyway. What I care about from this live is this chat over here. Okay, pop out chat. And this is the one that I want to place down here. Now, as we type in this chat like hello, nothing should happen in here as far as I know. Well, I got this who is text, and text is hello. However, if I do ask a question, how are you today? Whoever reads is welcome.
Can't see your screen on Zoom.
Come again?
I can't see your screen on Zoom.
By the way, it's on YouTube Live right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I could also do the same on Zoom as share my camera. However, sharing my camera on Zoom it's not gonna give you a good quality. If I share my screen though, you're gonna see all 4 of them at the same time. So if this works for you, that's cool. If not, check the YouTube one and see which one works better and let me know.
That's good as well.
Okay. So whoever is this is welcome to answer. Now I have a question mark in this message, so I should see in the console log something different than just who is text. Okay, let's press enter and wait a bit. Okay, so now I see who is text and also question. How are you today? Whoever reads is welcome to answer. Cool. So we've got that at least. We are getting to this point where we know when a question has been addressed. Now, with that said, I could go and start playing in the database more, right? Just a second. Give me a moment. Okay, and then in here. Okay, cool. Now I'm back. And things should go probably better or well anyway. And since I'm also on TikTok, how do I get to Wow Job Dev? Oh, dope. The old account. Yeah. Now I can see. And probably here. Yeah, that's cool. Mark mentioned a comment that there are lots of people in IT that he thinks hires are no longer happening for somebody who is starting right now. What do you think of this, Agnes? Is the internet going to stop being existing and getting updates, and the businesses will stop hiring new people because there are enough old people on the market?
I think that's not true because they're always looking for young professionals
Yeah,
who
and
have
also
different mindset and different skills. And they
definitely.
are looking for new people, just skilled people, not people who they have to teach from scratch.
And at some point, people also retire. At some point, people also move from one company to another because they want to get a better job. At some point, people move countries. Some people open businesses. So there's a lot of change happening, and this happens not just in IT. It happens in any field. Chefs that used to cook food go to retirement and so on. So it's something that happens. It's just the way the job market works.
Yeah.
Now back on this one. So over here, if I want to click, it jumps to the chat. However, I don't want just the chat. I want to also have the database. So let me quickly open the database somewhere. Where are you, Mr. Database? Yeah. Yay. Database is coming. Okay, so job, Firebase, and then unsorted list questions. This is what we got to work with. Yay. Now, we don't have to worry too much about things that shouldn't happen, although we can account for them. However, we do want to get to a place where we have a happy path, where this data makes the journey that we want to. And at some point, we get this functional and we can focus on the blog and everything else. Now, let's see. This is how everything looks. It has an offer and it has a message. We are looking at it. And if it's a question, then it's going to get it to unsorted question lists. And if it's not a question, it shouldn't be here. Now, I hope there are none of those ones without question. Now, let's see. I have unsorted question list, right? So far.
Yeah.
Which means I could just empty it, delete everything. And to do that, that's quite quick to do in, let's say, in Firebase. That means I have no more questions. I'm gonna save this so it refreshes. It should add a question now. One of the last ones probably. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have any. Maybe it doesn't add any. Let's ask something. Hey, that's a simple question. It goes over here, and then you should go into the database as unsorted question list, and I can see it a lot of times now. Okay. What was this question? Because I can't see it now. Okay, it's hey one time. Then it's how are you today? Then it's how are you today? And hey one more time. Okay. So let's play a bit with it. Firstly, we got a question, and in our plan, which I wrote somewhere here, we want to do something like this out of any question. So if I'm to grab, let's see which one. Come on. Maybe this one here. Let's grab this string. Open a new command line. Well, not command line, anyway. J, give me a sec. Hey. So I got a string and I wanted to open a console and in here play with that string. So far if I'm to just print it back, it's the same string. Then I can do to lowercase or to uppercase, doesn't really matter. Let's start with lowercase. Then everything now is in lowercase. Now I want to also replace. Okay, and I'm going to probably use a regular expression if I can manage to do it and replace everything that regular expression kind of matches with nothing. Or let's see. So I want to match everything from A to Z. And then I want this to be global and insensitive. Let's see what we get. Nothing. We actually get everything but what we want. So that's stripped out. So let's negate this. Okay, so how does it look now? Well, where's the age? Something happened to the age. Or it's not present or what? Maybe if I do it as a plus. No, how are you today? How is not there? Something is missing. Maybe no, that needs to be there. Maybe if I add it in a group and then negate it. I still miss that age. Because this I doesn't work here. Okay. Or A to Z. No. This is just bollocks. I'm not getting it. A to Z. Why is it missing capital H? And that's, actually, it's not missing capital H because it's missing H and O. Okay. Regular expression JavaScript. Replace all non-alphanumeric. Replace, remove. Okay, now let's see. What am I missing out? Okay, so it's using word plus. That's a good one, probably. Then this, so my caret needed to be before A. I've tried that at some point. Then this was also good. So what was not good about mine? Because the caret was just before this or before this. Let me try again. Okay. So the caret needs to be before here, not at the start. That's okay. 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 Let's add also a space. I'm not sure if space will work like this. Actually, it does. Yay. Now, what happens if I have multiple spaces? It's gonna leave them there. Okay. Let's do a trim after lowercase, or anyway, here. A trim is going to take any spaces that are at the end extra and at the start extra. And somehow, just a second, somehow I messed up here. Yay. So more spaces like this. What? What's going on? Maybe it's dot here. Today, it says it's two different lines. Don't see it as two different lines, just more spacing, that's it. Yay. Let's see, this trim is going to take the spaces out from here and from here. Then two lowercase is going to make all lower cases. And now we need to deal with multiple spaces in the middle. Okay, and then replace again regular expression \s plus. Can you go more up? Yeah. Or maybe I can do this and just a bit like that. Yeah. And we want to replace it with just a space. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, let's use Google again. JavaScript. Remove duplicate spaces. Ta-da-dum. Okay, so it's like hating me. So I didn't do global. That's the only thing, or what? So don't get it. Back to the drawing board, Marian. Okay, global. Yay, it does work. And just one space. Yay, that's it. Now if we have numbers inside. Okay. That's cool. We have no numbers, so let's extend our A to Z with 0 to 9. And now numbers are there. And now we want to replace every space with a minus, actually. So we get that. Now, are there any more other scenarios? What if we have multiple minuses? Actually, the minuses get replaced by the fact that they're not A to Z and 0 to 9 or space. See, here. They get replaced here. Then the left are just spaces that could be doubled that are replaced by minus. So we get always this nice link. I think this is so far a good start. It might be, I don't know, some other way to do it. So far, I think it's a good one. Okay, we got a solution. Let's copy it and make use of it. Okay, so to any string, we can apply that and it works. Cool. Test chat. There are no more questions on YouTube yet, because nobody asks questions on YouTube. Yet. However, over here we got console log of question, and we know question is a string. We can do console log question of that trim. And now, you can also ask questions on YouTube if you want, Agnes, to test them out. We also need to look at the console, and in order to quickly look at it, not like right now, I'm gonna stop it from here, and I need to go to Marian's Burlea test read YouTube chat. CD read what? Yeah, read you. What's going on? YouTube. What's going on? Test. Okay, CD test. Read YouTube chat. Yeah, that's it. And now NodeMon. Test chat. Yes, yeah, that's it. I can easier see it without having to worry too much about it. See? That's it. So now I don't need to print the entire chat item like I'm doing here. Okay. And we got question. Looks like it's working. Yeah. And we got a minus at the end. Okay, why is that? What's our message? Our message is this string. Okay. There's a minus at the end, and I'm not sure if I was planning for that, but good question. See, we found a bug. Get back to the browser. Now where's the browser?
Replace, so probably that's why with the minus, no? After the question.
Yeah, I think it's here. It's just underneath. Yeah, found it. So.
Oh my god, he blocked it. He's so smart.
Marian, are we gonna have that chat again? Where we can work together? Cool. Let's see. Yeah, it does have a minus at the end. And why is that? It's because the trim needs to happen after the replacement, because it's trimming, but over here it's not seeing any space after it, and those get later on lost because they are not A to Z or characters, and there is a space later on. So let's move the trim forward, or actually after the replacement. We can do to lowercase. Actually, if we do to lowercase, it doesn't really matter if it's insensitive here later on, but anyway, doesn't matter. Let's move the trim after the replacement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's no minus. So let's update our solution. Hey. Trim goes from here to here. Done. So now, if I want to read that message, last message, we should have a slug for it, or something that I can think of. Cool. Does it actually need to have another one? One more? No, something went wrong right? Or not? Because I don't see it. So there is an error. Come on, what's the error? Okay, so I got one more here. Yay. So with that string one more, I can think now to go into the database. And then I can think of adding it here. And how do I make it unique? So when it happens again, it doesn't do it. If I grab the author channel ID, it's the user ID, I would call it. So user ID with the same question at the same time shouldn't add one more question, right? So maybe we can do something about it. Okay. Where's code? Here. So this is one of the consoles. Let's add one more. And this would be, okay, so chat item dot author dot channel ID. Then another one would be chat item dot timestamp. Let's see what those ones look like. Okay, so we got question. This is the channel ID. And this is the timestamp. Okay. Agnes, do you know a quick way to put together strings?
Not that I think of now.
Okay. Let's explore a quick one. Where should I go here? Right, because we've already. What? Go back on J. I mispressed different keys. Okay, this is console. Okay, so I got, let's say, string A equals a variable A, and now let's give it a string. Hello. And another one B. How are you? And another one C. Today, with a space in front of you. A or not? It's okay. So now we got those strings. If we say A or B or C, we can see them, right?
Yeah.
Not clear, timeout, clear. Yay. So if I want to put them together, I could do A plus B plus C. That would be one way, right?
Yeah.
Another one would be to add them inside backticks and do A, B, C. However, right now I can also add stuff here, or like this if I want to, which I could also have done over there with pluses. It's not like I couldn't. And another one would be to probably create an array with A, B, C. Now I got an array with all of those ones. And we could do join. And we could join them by the same thing. See, hello, 3, so on, or see, because it joins them together, or we can join them by nothing, which is that. See, so there are multiple ways of doing it, probably 100 more than this. This is how we can stitch strings together. I would say the most used one those days is this one, because it allows you to have, say, those interpolations in different places. It also allows you to have multiple lines, which this one doesn't. This one and the other one with single quotes and double quotes that don't allow you multi-line, while this one does. And this is more if you have a collection, then it's quicker like that this way, because it doesn't matter, you can have 100 elements or 3. Over here, if you have 3 and past 3, then and when you have 100, you need to make a change. Over here, not really. It depends now. So now I want to join them, and the way I'm gonna join them is I'm gonna join them firstly by minus, and then what we can see, it's a string that is, instead of a collection or multiple variables, is just one. Now if I want to get them back, because I'm now converting multiple variables into one, if I'm to get them back, it's quite easy. I can do split of minus, and then as a string, not as a subtraction. So now I get them back like that, see? However, there are some problems which could arise. What if we join them
Did you ask for that?
like that? However, just a second. We make a equal to hello, and as a string, hello minus minus minus, right? Now we join them, and this is our final string. And when we are to split them again by minus, we should see something different than what we're expecting, right? So now this doesn't have to be quite complex. My solution would be to just add weird things that shouldn't repeat, right? You can even do here like wow job dot dev. So this is my final string, right?
But there's 3 people.
Now when I copy the string, later on I make use of it, I can split it
What do you mean?
by exactly the same thing that I joined it,
Tiny.
which is this. Now I get exactly the same values back. So that's kind of the trick. No matter what you have inside, you can do it. So now, why do I want to do this? Let's figure it out in a second. We got this value, and we also got the question, which is kind of looking like a slug, right? So now, if I am to, instead of do console log of all of them, just, well, I can start with an array here. Then I can end with one here. And then the console logs in between need to go and replaced by comma. Enter. Marian, you're moving my mouse somehow. Thank you. It's okay. Don't have to worry about it, but just keep that in mind. So now I got an array that I'm looking at. Give it a moment. Yeah, where's the array? Here, see? An array with 3 values. Right? So now if I'm to do that array dot join, and I pass it something that's the same, and now this could be the same. The same equals that string. That's a weird string. Well, now I should see in Firebase a weird thing. I'm pretty sure I don't want to name it exactly like this, but I should see in Firebase something. Now let me close this and look at the weird things that I don't see them yet, because it's just console log. Okay. So write to fire. Now just adds it. Okay, so write to fire adds it. It doesn't know anything about an ID. Let's try an ID here. ID is empty string. Now, if ID else, I'm gonna move this one here. So far this one knows how to add whenever we don't have an ID, because we never specified an ID to this one. However, if ID happens to be anything but empty string, like whatever, I wanna add it with that ID. Not sure exactly how. Let's figure it out. Add. Marian, you keep moving my mouse somehow. That's okay. Maybe you wanna stop your game and look into why that happens, figure it out. It happens on Mac, Marian. There is an answer to it. And then you can fix it. And then I no longer have to deal with this with you because it's fixed. Yeah, so how about you stop that game and Google? Cool. So now let's get back to Firebase. How do I add one that's already there? Well, should be already there, or add with an ID. Can I pass anything to add? Add data. It becomes more stressful, Marian.
No, I just clicked it.
Okay. How about set? No. I got add, doc, and get. Maybe if we do doc, what doc is gonna do? Nothing. Run out of ideas, right? So Firebase set a document with custom ID Firebase admin. DB collection. I'm here, Firestore collection. Doc. Okay. So this is later on set. This is here collection doc of ID set data. Should work, hopefully. Now I'm never calling it, well, so far I'm not calling it with ID ever. So let's see. How about we call it with an ID, and the ID should be this thing here. Okay. ID const ID equals DRI, join the same, and that's it. And now we need to pass ID here. Now let's get back to the database, fingers crossed. If we see some weird thing here, it's going to be fine. Yay, I think we see some. Yay. Let me delete everything so it's easier to see all of those ones. Okay. What do you want? You enter a collection ID differently. What's going on? Yay, done. Now I'm gonna save this one more time, wait for the database to catch up. Query builder, panel, unsorted, and now we see those things here. I don't think it solved our problem. Actually, it might. Hey, so those are all the questions, but unique, see? So if I refresh it now one more time, I shouldn't see more than 4 because those are the same questions. See? We are still the same 4. It's no longer adding more. Now, why is that happening is because if I zoom out a bit here, actually, maybe not zoom out, but anyway, I'm trying to make this wider, but it doesn't let me. What's the best way? Anyway, maybe click on it. Yeah, here. Okay, I could copy it. This is how it looks like in the code. That's our ID. this is weird anyway here, but you see also the weird characters being repeated, and I can split back on them, see? And also this time, which looks nice, but I don't really like it. It's quite long, and I don't want my ID to be that unreadable, although it's quite readable when you look at it. You don't really see it here. So, yeah, I'm gonna change it a bit. Just a bit. Don't save because I don't need, but now you know how it looks. It's the same because it's produced by the same, let's say, weird characters and same values. Whenever it comes and wants to set it again, it just uses the same key, so it doesn't create a new ID every time. With that said, I'm gonna do here just a few equals, probably a minus and another, just for the fun of it. Or maybe less of them, maybe like that. Who writes this? Nobody. So that should be a good one. Then I want to change this like that, and the timestamp, I want to pass it to a new date. And then get time from it. And that should look like a more readable number. And then the question itself. So now we should see here, nicer one, see, a number, then the ID. Actually, how about we put the question first, because we don't need the rest of it. Let's do the question first, because it will look a lot nicer. And yay, see, we got questions first here. Now I'm gonna change something so you understand that it actually does write it again. So I'm gonna remove offer from this one in hey. Well, at least I'm expecting offer to come back once I refresh this. Yay, so offer came back, see? It's just not adding one more, but it's always keeping the last one as long as it has been asked by the same user at the same time with the same question. Then that's our ID. That's how our ID looks like. And if you are to look at it again, like that I've done last time, this is, hey, what did I do? I minimized it. I know how to minimize windows now. How do I get it back? Okay. I found it. Hey. So, I was saying, this is our, let's say, ID looks like, and for a question that's longer, this is how it looks like. So now, if we are to move those ones a bit, right, you can start to see what I've done, right? Now, this is my strategy to not worry about if, let's say, the script somehow misreads same questions, and the database shouldn't be affected at this point in terms of actually have unique questions. Now I'm gonna remove it one more time because now it has the final version with no more duplicates. And if I'm to refresh it, not this, hey, leave me alone. Not this, hey, leave me alone. This, save it, give it some time. Instead of refreshing the entire page, I'm gonna click Query Builder, wait for that to write, click back on data, well, actually in panel view, and I should see this table again here. And those are the questions, see? And it also holds the original one, by the way, in message. We should see the original question, not this. Now, before I move on from this one, at some point, I need to pass on not just chat item, however, everything that was in chat item and more. And at some point, I will need to pass this live ID, which so far sits over there. I'm going to extract it outside. Const live ID is this thing. Then live ID is live ID, and if it's twice, we can write it once, right? So now that's live ID, and now because I have live ID outside, I can also pass it here. Yay, probably, or even, actually, let's do live ID here. Okay, and pass it down here. Because now it's a function, and later on I can extract this function to some other place and make use of it. So now live ID is everywhere, and in Write2Fire as well. So at some point, if I'm looking at those ones, I should see a live ID somewhere. Ah, here, see, live ID. Which is this one. Now this is the one from the video. Besides the live ID, I also want to do the platform. Const platform equals YouTube, and later on it might be from Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, I don't know, we'll see. So let's do here platform as well, which is empty string, and then pass platform here. Okay. And now on this one needs to go here. And if we wait a bit, we should see platform appearing here as a property somewhere. Yay, we got platform YouTube, see? It starts to look nice, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Now, if I have questions here, what are you building, Marian? Who? Iulian Cărnaru. Hey, where did he ask? Ah, on YouTube. Hey. Hey, Iulian, how are you today? By the way, Iulian is one of the students that kind of started more or less when Istvan started in the same
Really?
area. Yeah, so he's one of the old ones.
Old one.
Hey, nice to see you over here. I'm trying to build a script that reads questions just like the one you asked. What are you building, Marian? And then somehow it alerts me about questions being asked on the live shows that I'm going to make, or different probably videos, offline videos, if it works for those ones as well. So I'm going to take those questions and somehow try to manage them in a better way, because I kind of miss a lot of questions that are addressed during the lives, because it's looking on all the screens, trying to capture them. And I can manage them better. Now, if some questions get asked multiple times, definitely indicates to me that I should take care of that in a more, yeah, we need to go. Yeah, so this is what I'm building, question manager, so I can help people better with coding. There'll be an advanced one on the internal page on WowJob. However, right now this one will be public, and hopefully I can reach more souls. Thank you for the live. Whoever is watching, I need to go and pick up the cat from the doctor, and I'll come back in a few moments and continue. Cheers. Okay. And I'm about to stop the live shows, by the way, Agnes. So
Okay.
stop